Hey guys, how we're doing? Okay, so I hear you. A lot of you have said to me that I'm letting some of you down because I don't have subtitles or captions on my videos. You don't want to listen to me talk, you want to read what I'm saying. Now, a lot of the platforms have started doing this automatic speech to text, so I'm going to try it all out. If you're watching this on Instagram TV, then the subtitles you're seeing at the moment are the automatic generated subtitles by Instagram. Find any errors? I'm sorry, it's not me. Blame it on Instagram. Also, for you guys watching on LinkedIn, I've been told that if I download the auto-generated captions file from my YouTube video, I can include that into the video that's here on LinkedIn. It just means it takes a little bit longer. I normally post to LinkedIn first and then to the other channels, but obviously I now need to post to YouTube first, have YouTube auto-generate the captions, and then I'll download those and upload those. So we'll see how this all works out, right? Let me know. Tell me if it's working good or bad. But today, I actually want to return back to the whole buy now, pay later thing. I think that there's been an explosion this week for good and bad reasons around the buy now, pay later trend that we're seeing exploding. And I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting both from a consumer perspective, but also from a provider perspective. It's a great, interesting new domain for fintechs, startups, and also for some existing large providers. I mean, we've seen a lot coming from PayPal in this area. Klarna we know about already, right? But if we look at the news, starting from the sort of negative news that's come out, there was an article earlier this week around the terms and conditions of the buy now, pay later providers. I think the comedy part of it was someone saying that you could actually watch 2 episodes of The Simpsons in the time it takes you to read the terms and conditions of some of the providers. I think Klarna was pulled out as an example where it said that it takes about 57 minutes to read their terms and condition and understanding what it is you're getting yourself into. The same article I read also said that a study had been done by Capco last year or beginning of this year that showed that over 50% of 18 to 34-year-olds were actually not managing to keep up with their repayment agreements and therefore ending up in serious debt. On the vendor side, some very interesting news as well. Russia is now going to get their first real buy now, pay later solution being offered by Tinkoff in Russia. So that's quite exciting for the Russian consumers and market. Another one was the buy now, pay later provider in Saudi Arabia, Tamara, is getting a large investment from checkout.com. I think it was over 100 million US dollars of investment. Another interesting one was around the Australian buy now, pay later provider Afterpay. They are looking at doing a listing on the US market after having seen extensive growth for them in the US market. So this is really a area which is expanding rapidly. Very interesting for the fintechs and startups to look at, but also the traditional players, like I said. Now for us here in IBM, with the role that I've got, looking at core banking and payments ISV capabilities and helping both fintechs, startups and existing banks do a core banking modernization, start up new services and solutions. There's some really interesting stuff for us as well, and we can get really heavily involved in helping you going forwards on that journey. There's some key vendors out there that are making lots of updates and announcements around their product stack to support buy now, pay later schemes. Remember that the buy now, pay later schemes are expanding in what we really mean by buy now, pay later and the services around that. You know, some vendors now are starting to bring out cards that will give you a plastic card, credit card to sort of fulfill the buy now, pay later. But, you know, our flagship partnership with Thought Machine. Thought Machine are doing some very interesting stuff with IBM around buy now, pay later. There are other vendors out there like Episode 6 that just did an announcement earlier this week focusing on the fact that they've got buy now, pay later capability in their product. Others, FIS, Suntech, Zafin, Backbase, I mean the list goes on. So if you're looking at implementing buy now, pay later into your existing core banking environment as a product or offering to go out to the market with, get in touch. We've got some interesting assets and accelerators in development at IBM that will help you to get that up and running a lot faster. Let me know, get in contact, love to talk about it more with you. Have a good weekend, by the way, guys.